Hello everyone, my name is Turbo Tony. We are back with another episode of Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars. We are well in the story now. There's a lot of stuff going on. We were around for a murder to a person that we were meant to interview, Pierre Carchon, who also knew our character's father. We are Nicole Collard. And we got a lead from deciphering a small puzzle in his apartment, leaving just before the police arrived. That something is around here that we should be looking into. So let's have a quick look around.
The fence wouldn't move.
Okay, let's try the next one.
This fence wouldn't move either.
But this one over here looks a bit more promising. It's got a few more markings and such on it. So let's have a quick look.
The cross looked familiar. I'd seen it before. It was embroidered on the lace cloth I'd picked up at Carchon's apartment. I knew I was on the right track.
That's right. If you do remember, I don't know if she's still holding it, but yeah, you can still see here, it's the same marking. So we're obviously in the right place. See if we can get this down.
I tried pushing the fence, but it wouldn't move.
Yeah. Of course it's
A
locked.
strange pair of locks stopped the latches from releasing the gate.
Okay, so of course it's locked. If it wasn't locked, then you probably have people already been in and out of it already. And I'm not just talking about people looking for the mystery, but you know, homeless people and such maybe have tried to look into it. So of course this place is locked. But we have two contraptions over here, and these are more mechanical sort of puzzles that were added into the game. So let's get right to it. You must move the rectangular blocks so the latch can slide all the way across, so releasing the gate to open. Blocks move across their length, some vertically, some horizontally. To move a block, click on it and drag it horizontally or vertically along the appropriate axis. Now, I remember when I did this the very first time, I made a ton of mistakes. So, as you can see here, you can only move them the direction that they're facing. So, let's move a few blocks around. No, there's nothing really we can do there. We can bring this one down, bring this across, though. That across there, all the way down. That one there, that's still in the way. No, we got it.
Nothing like a good convent education for honing your lockpicking skills.
Yeah, and now the gate should fall over. Because there's literally nothing holding it in. The side things were holding it in there. So there you go, now we can now enter. It's just a short little puzzle they added into the game.
For a room full of junk, that was one very sophisticated lock system. This place was definitely fishy. In more ways than one.
And doesn't it look like... Yeah, I mean, like this gate was almost like it was meant to fall over. There's like a moat here.
I really didn't want to pull the fence back up and risk trapping myself in this place.
Yeah. I guess it wouldn't be too bad. You could always shout out saying you were stuck. Someone's bound to hear you. It's not like you'd be dead, but it's not as if you're going to get any further. Let's have a look at this.
Oops.
Oops indeed. Oops indeed. The reason
Moving
that...
the skiff would only damage it more.
Maybe we want to damage it
I'd
more.
wreck the skiff. Not that it was particularly seaworthy anyway.
Yeah, and that's probably true. So we've got obviously the door over here. This is we're trying to find into some sort of vault here or something along those lines.
No handle, nothing obvious. But there had to be a way to open it.
Of course they did. So
The
look up here.
words Sinister and Dexter were carved on either side. Now any good convent girl like me knows the old Roman for left, right, left, right. But what did it mean here?
Okay.
The hole was too small even for my little hand.
So it looks like we can put the cylinder in here, doesn't it? I mean, it was too big for the key to go in.
Mystery solved. Carchon's stone cylinder slotted into the hole with a satisfying click.
Indeedy. Right, so
I made a mistake. The lock reset.
So basically what this is that you have to... I am saying is if I understand this puzzle, this has been ages since I played this, so...
A satisfying click told me I turned it to the right position. It felt like tumblers in a safe.
Yeah, it does kind of feel that way.
Another click. Another step closer.
Okay. So the whole part of this puzzle is that obviously it's basically like a safe. You have to turn it open that way. But kind of deciphering what you need to do. I mean, I always find that this is a little bit of a tough puzzle to be given to you at such an early stage of the game. But you know, as they added in the hint system, which I kind of don't like. It kind of makes people, you know, for this, I'm not really figuring it out already. I'm kind of pressing these because of the way that the words are, but you know, it makes me want to go to the hints too early in the game, and it kind of gets you to think, oh, well, it doesn't matter if I get stuck, whereas you want to be thinking about the puzzles.
Oh no, I had to start again.
Okay, so let's try and figure this out, will we? So we've got SD, SS, DSS, right? So we've got SD. Ah, here we go, guys. This is where it is. So we've got SD. And then we've got to look for the next S, which is here. S. S. Oh, Sinister Dexter. So we've got SD. So we've got left, right, left, left, right, left, left. So left.
A satisfying.
Yeah, we know that, Nico. Right.
Another click. Another step closer.
We want to go left again. Then left again. Then we go right. And then the last two should be the left.
I
there
love
we go.
the sound of locks clicking open.
So it's just a matter of looking at what you already had. The answer was obviously there. It's a little bit confusing to start that off. If we try and take this out...
I removed the stone cylinder.
we can still go in. We still want the stone cylinder because it will be we'll need it going forward. We've got an update to the journal here. Let's have a quick look. So below the conciergerie, sub judice, Carchon's stone cylinder operated a mechanism which opened door to a hidden chamber, but my way is blocked. Someone has gone to great lengths to protect something. So interesting here. Let's have a quick look inside this area. This looks a lot more worn than even the outside does. Which is weird because I guess the air is still able to get in. You know, if it was sealed in completely, you find these places that have been sealed away for so long they don't look near pristine because they don't have the air sapping away at them. But anyway, let's have a quick look.
Oh my god! The slab came down with a hell of a force.
Okay, so now we're holding this, right? This is opened up. But as you can tell, she's still holding this and the door is now closed. So we need something here that's going to be able to keep it shut. Maybe the elephant?
With nothing to hold it up, the cross dropped back down again.
Okay. So here's the interesting thing. We need to be able to find a way to be able to get into this contraption here. But we can only do so. That only stays on.
Wouldn't move.
Yeah, it won't move now. It's completely shut. It will only go open if we manage to lock this mechanism here. And so basically we need a way of keeping this up, and a way of being able to access this plate here. So how do we do that? How do we be able to keep the thing afloat? So let's have a look through the things that we have. Maybe we can put the elephant down here. No, of course you get that a lot. What was the point in putting the elephant down there? My train of thought was maybe we can stop it closing, maybe it'll trigger something in the mechanism. But let's press it again. You can see there's like a stuck in the animation here where you
Lifting the
can
cross closed the entrance door and also opened some kind of stone panel. Ingenious.
Okay. So now we're stuck in the sort of thing where we need to find out how to keep this thing afloat, how to keep it up while still being able to come over here. And we don't have that much in our inventory. We tried the elephant, maybe we could jig it with that. Maybe we need a lock or something along those lines?
This wouldn't hold the cross up. But I was on the right track.
Yeah.
I needed to use something sturdier.
Of course we did. Maybe we can use the elephant. No, we can't. For some reason I seem to remember using the elephant to be able to hold it up, but obviously that isn't the case. Something a bit sturdier, maybe the cylinder itself? It's proved very useful already.
The stone cross was propped up. Now I was getting somewhere.
There we go. So there's always a solution to the problem that happens. And sometimes, as we say, we use the cylinder a lot now. We used it 3 times. Sometimes you will have multiple uses. That key doesn't have anything to do with things.
I touched the slot. Nothing bad happened, which was good. I've always been attached to my fingers. This slot was designed for something specific. But what?
So, she's talking about that. It just reminds me of a scene in Silent Hill 2. I don't know, a lot of people may already know where I'm going with this. Where basically you put your arm into like this hole, and like the music is so eerie and the game is so eerie up to the point you expect something to happen and nothing happens, but it's incredibly terrifying. That bit just reminds me of that, just poking your finger in and suddenly you expect to get sawed off or something. Can we use the clips with it? No, we can't. So it's designed for something, and the key isn't it. So what is it? What can we do? Maybe it is the cylinder. Maybe we do need the cylinder to open it, but we don't know that yet. So let's have a quick look at the door.
No way would I be able to force the door open.
No, of course not. Not with the with how it is. Is there anything maybe we can jig it open with the elephant? No, can't do that. So let's have a quick look see what she says again.
A round slot precisely carved into the stonework.
So there's got to be something here. We tried the key. I tried the key again. No, I thought maybe that it just wouldn't let you do it the first time. Maybe this key? No, of course not. So maybe it is the cylinder that actually needs to go in. It looks a bit small to go in there, but I mean, you look at the size of it there. Maybe it does go. There's nothing here that really is going to work. You can't exactly put the key card in. No.
I touched the slot, which was good.
Yeah,
this slot was designed.
We need to have a look around to be able to figure out where we're going for here. There's nothing else really in this room really to pick up. Maybe we do need to pick up the cylinder. Maybe that's what goes in there. Maybe we can fit something else into that.
I took the stone cylinder.
Okay. Let's have a look at this down here. There's obviously something we can interact here.
Ut lex vel ut next sumito. To the law or unto death, submit. I guess these people didn't believe in liberté, égalité, or fraternité. Yes, I'll admit it. I was a swot at school. I also wore lipstick and the nuns never knew.
Okay, so a lot of stuff that's to say over there, but it's no sort of mechanism. So, what do we do here? How do we get forward? Obviously, we need this thing open, but it looks like the cylinder is the thing that we need to use, so how do we go forward from here? We can't exactly run forward or anything along those lines. Maybe the keys can hold it up.
This wouldn't hold the cross up. I needed to
use something sturdier. Maybe the key itself?
This wouldn't hold.
No?
I need.
It's an interesting one, isn't it? See, when you try and use the elephant, this is the reason why I'm thinking use the elephant. She just stops you wearing it. That's the only thing that she doesn't do. Maybe I'm sure you can use the elephant to block this. No, you can't. Tricky. Okay, let's try putting it up with the cylinder again.
The artifact.
No, let's try using that again. There's got to be some way we can. Oh, no, we can't use it when it's up like that. Okay. Maybe once we've held it up, we can do something else to it to keep it there. No. There's got to be some sort of clue that we can use here. There's nothing really on the wall there we can use. Maybe use the key. No, nothing along those lines. I have to say, guys, I'm getting a bit stumped already. Let's have a quick look what she says
The cylinder
about
was doing a fine job of propping up the cross. Rolling out the painted cylinder had given me a print of a secret mess. It read, Sub Judice. Below it was a sequence of letters, SDSS.
Okay, so we already seen that.
It was the beautiful elephant my father had carved.
Okay.
I touched the slot. Nothing bad happened. Which was this?
So it's designed for something specific. I still think the cylinder has got something to do with it. But it's down to what we can figure out here. Let's have a look at what we've got. Obviously the key won't work. This key won't work. We've tried that. We've tried pretty much everything.
It was a boat tick. When I was a little girl, Papa used to take me on the bateau mouche as a treat.
Okay. Alright. So bear with me, guys. I'm a bit stumped here. I don't want the Let's Play to just be a complete dud. So I'm going to have a quick look about where I should go next, just to jog my memory. Or try and take a bit of time out to figure it out myself, and then I'll be back with you in a moment. Just bear with me there.
An old shell case. I wondered what that was doing there.
So, as you guys have probably seen that, I sped that up. I didn't look at anything. I was like, okay, there must be something outside that I've missed. And as you'll be told, there is. So, here's the next bit of here. Found a shell case underneath the rotting skiff. Weird thing to find in the grotto. So that's what we pushed this over for. We didn't grab it before. May as well head back in. That's obviously got something to do with what we're doing now. But we can use the shell case to prop this up. Like I said, it will be a last resort. If I ever go to a help on this game, it will be a last resort because I do dislike doing that. There you go. The shell casing's fitting in nicely. That should block it. There we go. That leaves us there with the cylinder, which obviously is the key to this. It must be. Okay.
The artifact slotted into the hole perfectly. Behind the old walls, I could hear some kind of mechanism groaning into life, but whatever had been triggered had now jammed.
So whatever we've now put in this is now jammed, and now we can't get it open, so we need to see what's going on with this door. Just a bit of a piece of advice with this game, anyway, with any point-and-click adventure game, and like I said, this is one of the things I don't like having the help function for, is that it makes you want to, I don't like to say cheat, but it makes you want to rely on it a little bit too much. Take the time. Normally you might have just missed something very small like I did there, and just go back and find it and, you know, be able to do it for yourself. You feel much better doing that, I guarantee you, than going to the help screen.
The gap was too thin for me to get a grip. I needed something thin enough to prise the door open.
Alright, so we need something thin enough that will prise the door open. Maybe the card? No, won't be able to use that. Maybe the elephant? No. I mean, that's not very thin, is it? Maybe the key? I know I'm just going through a lot of stuff here, but... not really? I really didn't think a door of this size...
something a lot stronger than a hair clip to free the door.
No, I'm with you, Nico. I was thinking the same thing. That we need something a lot stronger. So now let's try and pick this up, because this is already in the slot, so really we can use this now.
I removed the shell case. The cross didn't drop back down. Some kind of mechanism was holding it up.
Okay. Well, let's try the casing on this.
The gap was too narrow. I needed something flatter to work into it.
Okay. So here's the thing. She's giving you a hint that you need something flatter. And it kind of involves the sort of mechanism that we're running with now, right? So if we take the cylinder out from where it is now, then it pretty much everything goes back to the beginning. This door will go up, I imagine it will anyway. There you go. Everything goes back to normal. But we need something flatter. So why not place the shell casing on the floor here? And that way, when we push this up, the door will slam onto it, is willing, and it will make it a lot... Bang. Okay? And then we'll just drop it. And we'll go pick it up what's left. So it should have crushed it enough that we can now jimmy the door open.
The stone slab had flattened one end of the shell case.
Some of this stuff I remember, and some of it I don't. So now this is already started. I think that the flat casing, even though all this, technically this mechanism isn't working anymore, it should still be fine.
I needed a gap for leverage.
So she needs a gap for leverage. Okay.
The slab was too heavy for me to lift.
So can she not use that?
I needed a gap for leverage.
Okay, so maybe there's something we can use. Maybe we can fuse the two. So basically what we need now, we need something to go with this to be able to give it some leverage to be able to boost that door open. Can you think of anything that could be able to give that? Maybe the...
No.
No? She's just kind of shutting down her ideas. So she needs a gap for leverage. What can we do there? Because obviously she can't jimmy it up.
The slab...
Yeah, it's too heavy for her to lift. And while this can get in...
The shell case had been flattened at one end, forming a serrated edge.
So it's formed a serrated edge. Is there anything we can use in that, maybe?
No.
Maybe use it with this. That will get very frustrating. So here's the new bit of the puzzle. This is like a multi-stage puzzle that we need to work through. Oh, of course not. We need the things to leverage. So we need to basically set this back up again. I'm pretty sure. So if we can we use the casing on that? We'll see if we can. Yeah, we can still use it. So basically, but what she's saying there, which I just stupidly forgot, is that we need to activate this again. I just thought maybe it still would work, but obviously it doesn't. We need to activate the mechanism again, so it will try and lift up. Yeah, then we take this back out.
I removed the shell case.
And now, with it rising a little bit, and while it's jammed, this should jimmy it open. Ah, there we go. I was afraid for a moment it wouldn't work and I'd look a bit stupid.
Another good use for a shell case. Another
Indeed.
secret room. Somebody had something to hide. But was it what I was looking for?
Yeah, this is a little bit weird, right? Because here's the thing. Obviously this hasn't been used in a while, but the only way we could use this is by holding this up and using a shell case to hold it up. So, in my opinion, thinking about this cave, this must have been built for two people. That way, two people could use both the locks outside at the same time, even though technically you do both, whenever you'd like. But you need someone to hold this up, or someone puts this in to be able to for this to go. You can't reach over. So it looks like you would need at least two people to get in here, right? Unless you were to do what she did, which is come in something that would be able to, hold all this up itself. Just a very dark room now.
Wow. Through the darkness, I could see that this was a stateroom. But for what purpose? And how did it tie in with Carchon?
How does it tie in with Carchon? Very dark. We need to get some light in here. Anyway, we can get some light. Maybe it was back at the door. Any light source has to be close to the door, surely. Otherwise, you're just risking tripping over and whacking your head off something. Could be something around here. Yeah, there's something down the bottom here we can interact with.
Amazing. The thing still worked. The room lit up bright as day.
But you see what I mean? With that area outside, it was dank, you know, because the oxygen got to it. Because it was actually locked down by a big, massive stone plate, everything in here looks near on pristine. And you know, this is some of the stuff that you would see that's been locked away.
The flags had faded, but their message was still pretty clear. Fascist regalia, a message of hate.
Oh wow, okay, so we're in a bit of a weird place now.
I wasn't going to find anything in this old desk. It hadn't been used for years.
It looks like a meeting place. It's not just one desk, it's a couple of desks. And a map. It looks like this was like a place where lots of people would meet. This one, however, has been more recently used. See, there's stuff on it. So someone's obviously been using it recently. And maybe on their own. So maybe there was a way that someone else can come in on their own.
Inside the drawer, I found a note written in some kind of code.
Alright, let's have a quick look at that note. Okay, the note has been written using a substitution cipher. This means that a different symbol has been used to represent each letter of the alphabet. To crack the code, you must correctly match all the symbols to their corresponding letters. Highlight a symbol, then highlight the corresponding letter. If you make a mistake, click on the Go Back button to step back, or you can reset the whole puzzle by clicking the Reset button. Now, if you haven't seen these before, you find these actually in a lot of magazines. You know, they're basically substitution, right? And basically what you need to do is you need to match up, you know, this is all gobbledygook, this is all different note, but this is a code. And one of the ways that I always found was a very easy way of trying to decipher it was finding very first the vowels. You can find stuff like as and or something along those lines, yeah? Or to, or the. So if you find something that's along the lines that comes up a lot, you know, it could possibly be, you know, a vowel or something along those lines. So this was obviously this looks like a letter to someone in regards to that. So let's try and crack this code, shall we? You may have already been looking maybe at a few things. You've got a few of the same bits here, showing up the same here. And sometimes it does require a little bit of testing out. So maybe this could be in. Maybe this is a, you know, we see this come up a few times. That N, weird N. Maybe that's an I, maybe. So maybe we go I, and then we can click on the... which one is it here? The N. Oh, that one there. So possibly it's like that. Now you can go back and try it out, and you know, often you may have to, just the way that it goes. We can tell that this one here obviously must be a vowel. It must be like an A or maybe an I, or you know, something along those lines. We don't know. This one obviously could be. We don't know. You know, you just got to kind of crack it. You've got to keep going until you figure something out. Maybe it's relevant to the things that we've already spotted in there. But if you jumble around a few of the things, you know, this one shows up lots and lots and lots. We've already said something that's an I is an A. Maybe we'll try this one as an A. Maybe this one could be an S. Maybe that's as. You know, we'll try that maybe. So I'm just looking for the symbol there. A lot of these look the same. This is the reason why it's taking me a little while just to actually find them. What is it? There. I'm keeping my mouse on it so I can at least check where it is. There we go. So maybe that's as, although that comes up a lot. I don't know. It comes up there as well, but that means ass. I very much doubt they would have done ass. At? No, can't be right. Maybe not. Maybe we'll reset and give it another try. So obviously here there is something here. We just need to find like the first word. Maybe have a look at some of the names that we've come up with from now on. Because obviously this may be a first name. Maybe that's Carchon. No, because it's, you know, we need the same letters to be involved in there. You know, because obviously this came from maybe. Oh, his first name's Pierre. Ah, here we go, guys. I guess you've already noticed it here, that this must be Pierre. We've got the two R's here, and these are the two E's. So that gives us a good start. So there's that round circle there. That's the R, and this is the E. So that already gives us a lot of words, and from there we can figure out where it is from there. So that one's is an E. And that one is an I. So that, I mean, these vowels are going to open it up huge for us. This one is a P. Pierre. Okay. I'm deducing that this one here comes up a lot, so I think this word is report. I'm going to go with that. I'm pretty sure it's report. Yeah, because you've got 2 and then 2 here, which just seems to make sense to me. Seems to be correct. I will say, once we get into what the original game, there isn't nearly as many of these puzzles. So I'm going to complete this one here, but you won't get bogged down with too many of these. This is a lot of puzzle to deal with. So now we've done that. This one looks like it says together, so I'm going to put that one in there. And this will go a lot quicker once we get to, you know, the rough end of it. That one's a G. That one looks like it's great. That one shows up a lot, so that's the one. That's the A. No, not that one. That one. Take great care. I think that's probably correct. You see how quickly, once you get the first few down, how easily everything comes together. That one might be who. I'm not entirely sure about that. Let's have a look at something else. This maybe. This is 2. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's an S. I think that word is coincidence. I don't know about you. Yeah, it must be coincidence. So that one's N. And that one is a D. Right. Okay, now it's starting to... This is 2. That must be urgent. So that must be you. Report to something, but this is too urgent. There must be but, surely. It must be B. Both dead, yeah. Let's try. This should fit in now. Here we go. So, what have we got? We've got something, I'm not entirely sure. To something, but this is too urgent to wait. That must be wait. Report, I reckon that's tomorrow, guys. What do you think? Tomorrow, maybe? We haven't done R yet. No, we have done R, so it can't be. Okay, let's go back to that one. Arno and something, both dead. This is not a coincidence. Indeed, it seems. Maybe that's the M that we need. Seems that something us who came together in are great danger. So we've only got a few letters here that really we need. So what this could be? It has to be something that maybe we haven't. L. It seems that all of us who came together. Yes, there we go. Just got to look at it there. So that one is F. Full report to follow, but this is too urgent to wait. Arno and something, both dead. This is not a coincidence. Indeed, it seems to be all of us who came together in something are in danger. So what would that be? This is the awkward bit. No, there's none of those left in there anyway. So it's only. So we've only got a few letters left to go. All this just seems to be coincidence. Although this is the word we need to get here. Indeed, it seems that all of us who came together in something are in danger. In. Don't know. What could it be? I'm trying to think of words that would go in there. Well, these are the same. Maybe Yamada? In July. It's July. Has to be July. And that leaves this one, so... we just have to go through this. Hope he doesn't restart all of it.
I had decrypted the note. It read, Pierre, full report to follow. But this is too urgent to wait. Arno and Yamada both dead. This is not a coincidence. Indeed, it seems that all of us who came together in July are in danger. Take great care. X.
Okay, so we decrypted the note, which is cool. That may not seem like much at the moment, but it does have some reference. I'd like to remind you guys that you may be thinking, wow, this game doesn't seem to have, we did have a death and everything intrigue. The main story of the game hasn't even started yet. I know it kind of has. They have referenced, Nico, and she's one of the main characters of the game. But the main game hasn't even started yet. This is all added content.
It was pretty clear from the lack of dust that someone had been working very recently at this desk.
Wait a minute, we know who this is.
Oh my god. The sheet was a printout with my personal information. Everything from my favorite food to my waist size. They were right about chocolate. But come on, guys, I'm a size 10. There was even a picture of me, taken with a telephoto lens. Carchon wouldn't have taken these pictures himself. This was big and organized. I was part of it, and people were getting murdered.
Indeed, and with her being so closely connected, let's see what her journal says. So, then we can still go forward. This is all stuff we had. Here we go. Just a little bit of a new bit here. I've made it into the extraordinary stateroom, a place that someone wanted to hide. Something very sinister going on, and I'm part of it. She's kind of hip deep in all of this at the moment.
The dregs at the bottom of the mug hadn't dried out or gone mouldy. It wasn't more than a day old. This was the article I'd written about the costume killer. My suspicions were right. Carchon had cut it out. 2 businessmen had been killed. One in Italy, one in Japan. In each case the killer had worn a costume. A penguin and then a snowman. But that wasn't the only link between the 2 murders. Both the victims had been big media do-gooders, and I proved they were just the opposite. So, how did they fit in with Carchon?
Okay, so she pretty much ousted the guys and they ended up dead. That's probably why this particular thing, came onto her desk.
My articles about the costume killer.
Okay, so how does this all fit in regards to that? So obviously she's hip deep involved in a lot of this stuff. Let's have a look at it. It's got to be something to do that we can do on here. No, we're going to go into that. So let's have a quick look at this again.
I decrypted the note. Pierre, full report to follow. But this is too urgent to wait. Arno and Yamada both dead. This is not a coincidence. Indeed, it seems that all of us who came together in July are in danger. Take great care. X. I wasn't the only one to make the connection between the costume killer murders. I'd been right all along. That was why he had asked to meet me. But what did I know that he didn't?
I guess that's the key, isn't it? So there's a few things here, so we've had a look around. See what she says about this.
One thing was clear. Someone connected to Carchon had been watching me.
Yeah. And obviously, this is just kind of pointing out. Let's see what else is here. There doesn't seem to be anything else that we can really interact with there. Maybe there's something else in here.
Damn, don't you just hate it when that happens?
Indeed, but what is in here?
A photo, long lost, had fallen down the back of the drawer. It was very old, but there was no mistaking the guy in the foreground. Carchon. Behind him were soldiers, a burning village and a corpse. The photograph was cropped on the right-hand side. Somebody else in the picture obviously didn't want to be in it anymore. I wasn't surprised. This was Africa in the 60s. An uprising was being brutally suppressed. And here was Mr. Media himself, Carchon, doing the suppressing. The photograph was not just powerful evidence. It was also my ticket to one explosive story. I had enough for a story, an amazing story that was going to make my reputation and blow Carchon's to pieces. I needed to get home fast and start typing.
Bonsoir, Collard.
Nico, it's Ronnie.
Hey, Ronnie, you cracked open the champagne yet?
Are you crazy?
What's wrong? Wait a minute. You didn't print it, did you?
Of course I didn't print.
That's the best piece I've written.
The last, as far as I'm concerned.
It's important.
It's suicidal. You can't destroy a national hero.
He deserved it.
His corpse isn't even cold.
Ronnie, 2 hours ago I told you what I'd found. You loved it. You begged me to write it up immediately.
2 hours is a long time in newspapers, Nico.
Someone's got to you, haven't they?
Listen up, Nicole, and listen good. Pierre Carchon had a lot of friends. Powerful friends. For your own sake.
Forget what happened.
You got it. End of conversation. Good night.
This should have been my big break, but I knew there was nowhere else to sell this story. If Ronnie wouldn't print it, nobody would.
Bonsoir, Collard.
Mademoiselle Collard, my name is Plantard. I need to talk to you about your story. Your Pierre Carchon story.
How did you know about that?
There are people out there, madame, who will be very upset by this story.
Oh, really? Well, it's their lucky day. It's been spiked.
Yes, I know. We must meet.
We must?
I have information relating to your costume killer stories. Tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., Café de la Chandelle Verte, Rue Alain Court. I shall be wearing a grey overcoat. You must talk to no one about this.
You can't tell me what to...
Tomorrow at 8. I'll be waiting.
People complain about newspaper articles all the time, but not usually before they're printed. I was beginning to feel scared. This guy, Plantard, could I trust him? Should I meet him or forget the whole business? I didn't have an answer.
I'd only been in Paris for a week, but already I'd fallen in love with the city. My latest discovery was a little cafe, La Chandelle Verte. I was pretty sure the waitress was taking a shine to me. That old Stobart charm, I guess. Little did I know my reverie was about to be so rudely interrupted. As I picked myself up, I was really angry. 1 minute I'm on vacation, the next minute some clown's blown me up. I knew right away what I was going to do. I was going to find that clown and bring him to justice. Because justice matters. Justice is up there with liberty and equality and fraternity. After all, that's why I'd studied law, wasn't it? Well, that and the money, of course.
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the actual beginning, technically, of Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars. Say hello to our main protagonist, George Stobart. That's right, he's the main character of the game. This is where the game technically starts, if you had played it when it first launched. All that stuff we've just played, which is a good, almost hour's worth of content, was added in, as I stated there. Thank you a lot, ladies and gentlemen. That is the second episode in the can. We will get to know George. We'll find out just what the hell happened. And the costume killer seems to be very active recently. Thanks a lot, guys, and I'll chat to you in the next episode of the audio.
The big story was about the brutal murder of a French media magnate, shot down in cold blood. The guy oozed confidence, like a regular French statesman.
Yeah, and we already know about